Hello, beloved. It's me, James, and it's time in our week for us to take an opportunity to do some sacred reading. Sacred reading is reading from a sacred text in short, often small snippets of the writing to listen for how Spirit might speak to us. We expect as we do sacred reading that Spirit can and will speak to us in words, in ways that we can hear, perhaps with a word or an image or a phrase that comes to us from the text itself. And it might be what we need to hear in this given moment. I always encourage people who are doing sacred reading to read it aloud to themselves. The vibration, the energy that is used in doing so is different to me than it is to simply read with our eyes. So we read with our eyes and then with our lungs and our vocal cords and the vibration in our eardrums and in our bodies. All of that allows for us to hear perhaps what Spirit wants to speak to us. Today we're just looking at one verse in chapter 5 of the first letter of John. And we're looking at chapter 5, verse 5. I encourage you to listen, and you can stop right after I finish reading it aloud to you. You can go and find a different version and read it to yourself. But if you hang on for a moment after we pause, after the reading of the verse, I will share whatever thoughts come to my mind that arise to me from the text. So listen to me, or listen with me, if you will, with the ears of your heart. Slow down and catch your breath. I can even feel myself feeling a little rushed with my schedule today, taking me out of this moment, and here I am with you. So let's hear the text and see what it might say to us. Who is able to win the victory over the ways of the world? Those who trust that Jesus is the Son of the Great Spirit. Listen a second time with me. Who is able to win the victory over the ways of the world? Those who trust that Jesus is the Son of the Great Spirit. So much of our lives are governed by the ways of the world. I hear that echoed in this text, the ways of the world, the ways that allow us to discount other human beings who are different than us, the ways that allow us to discount the planet as something of which we are an integral part and which is an integral part of us. The place that we are engaged in, the ways of the world invite us to consume and to discount and to look out only for ourselves and those who are in our immediate environment, those who are related to us and most important to us. And this text invites us to know that we can have a victory over the ways of the world, that we don't have to buy into the ways of consuming and seeking more always. That the way to that is to learn to truly trust in Jesus as one who sets out the pathway, as the revealer of the divine, that we see a glimpse of the divine in Jesus. And his path was one of simplicity and letting go. Now, of course, I'm reading more and more into the text as I think about it, but the image I have is of simplicity versus the way of always seeking after more. And that's what I need to hear. Even earlier today, I was thinking of some things that I wanted in my life. Not needed, if I'm being really honest, wanted. And the truth is, it's very easy to get caught up in wanting those things. But take a moment back now. Is it possible to win a victory over the ways of the world in your own life? What are the things that you picture as the ways of the world that come out in you? And what would it look like for you to trust that the path of Jesus is the way for you? The path of simplicity, the path of descent, the path of letting go, of forgiveness. What would it take for you to take that step? Have you already taken some of those first steps? It's a step by step by step. It's not one step. It's a lifetime of steps. What does that look like for you? I'm going to ponder what it looks like for me. That text really hit me today. Remember, you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved. And until the next time I see you, may you find peace, and may you learn to trust the way of Jesus, that you may overcome the ways of the world. Until then, farewell.